Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Millennia. So the game will be releasing soon. In fact, by the time this video is up, it might already be out, and so many of you guys are considering whether or not you want to purchase it. You may have also seen that there are reviews out for most of the review companies. IGN has theirs out. I think PC Gamer hasn't put theirs out as of this video yet, but other sites like Rock Paper Shotgun, Wargamer, a variety of them have already put their reviews out. So I went and took a look at them, and some of them were quite positive, like Wargamer, which they generally have views on strategy games that I typically agree with, while some of them were quite critical. IGN gave this game a 5. Rock Paper Shotgun also didn't really like it. I often don't agree with Rock Paper Shotgun and their reviews, and they get a little too political for my taste. And then IGN, well, not exactly the most trustworthy reviewer. So they were both critical of the game. IGN gave it a 5, so that's pretty low. And my biggest problem with the reviews from those two particular reviewers, IGN and Rock Paper Shotgun, is that they seem to get a lot wrong in the reviews. They state things that are just incorrect. They seem to not understand very basic mechanics of the game, so I question how they could give a legitimate review if they didn't play enough to understand these basic things. So that's often the case with IGN. They're not the best when it comes to reviewing strategy games, which require a bit more time, a bit more effort in order to understand the systems and the mechanics to them. I actually left a comment on IGN's video review, just pointing out some of the things that they got wrong on it, but they are entitled to have their own opinion, and they didn't like the game, which is understandable. Some of their complaints were actually quite legitimate, like with the performance. I've talked about this throughout the series. Does have some late game performance issues that can be pretty bad, particularly on the huge maps. But since the game is coming out, I just wanted to share my opinion on the game, if you didn't already know how I felt about it from the series. To be clear, I have not been paid by Paradox. I did not do any sponsored series for this game. In fact, I have never done sponsored content for Paradox. I worked with a lot of large publishers and a lot of different developers, done sponsored content for them, but I've never done anything for Paradox. I'm not entirely sure why they never contacted me for like any of their, they do those multiplayer games with the YouTubers. Never contacted me for that or any sponsored content. So I have never been paid by Paradox. So this is just my opinion, and I'm very much enjoying the game. I'm having a blast with it. I like it quite a bit more than Humankind or Civilization 6. Not as good as Civilization 4 or Civilization 5 in my opinion, and of course I'm considering those games with all their expansions and all the patches they got over the years. That's what my memory of them is once they're a more complete version. And so it's not exactly fair to compare Millennia, which is just now coming out and hasn't received any expansions yet. But yeah, I definitely would prefer, I would say I prefer those games over this one. But with the unique ages mechanic, the national spirits, the way the economy works, I definitely prefer this over Civilization 6 or Humankind, which that one was kind of a little bit of a disappointment. But I could see that this game becoming really, really good if it gets the proper post-release development. They get the support it needs, because it does have issues. As I pointed out throughout the series, you may have noticed some of the quality of life things that I have a problem with, some of the things I'd like to see adjusted. Millennia also has some really serious balance issues. I pointed out some of that with the national spirits, but most of that you probably haven't seen in the series, because if you know how I play, I generally try and avoid exploiting the balance issues of games. When I play Crusader Kings, we generally do roleplay series, and so I'm not doing the really gamey things, using the exploits that you can. When I play Hearts of Iron 4, I often try and avoid some of those exploits just to make the game more fun and challenging. And that's just generally the way I play, and I've done that with this series as well. There are some serious balance problems that we could have taken advantage of to really just exploit the game mechanics and propel ourselves well beyond the AI. I mean, we're already, at this point in the game, far beyond the AI when it comes to just the technology, and probably a lot of other things as well. If we just took a look at our power, just kind of compare it to other countries, we're well above, China here, who we just met. Obviously, the Aztecs aren't doing great here. Look at France. Yeah, they're doing even worse. Persia and Egypt here. Is Egypt doing the best? 25? Yeah, Egypt is currently doing the best. And so just looking at our power balance, we're well ahead of everybody at the moment. So even while avoiding taking advantage of many of those balance issues, exploiting those, we're still doing very, very well. And we could have, exploited some of those balance problems to like produce like a stupid amount of certain types of experience, but I've avoided that. So yeah, it does have many balance problems that I hope that they get adjusted and fixed. Of course, there's all those quality of life things I'd like to see adjusted. Just one example, how if somebody's moving and they go into one of these units that's set up to do whatever, whether they're harvesting or they're just set up to guard the location, and then it messes up their movement. That's a real pain in the butt. That's just one of many, and I pointed those out as we played. So I certainly have issues with the game, and then the performance. As I've mentioned, it's really bad in the late game, particularly on the huge map. Avoiding the huge maps for me has been enough to make the game still playable. But for those with PCs well below the recommended, I think they're going to have some serious issues with the game and the late game performance. And we've seen that in the reviews, that some of the reviewers have had massive problems with the late game performance. And so that's a legitimate complaint. There are certainly some problems with the game, but despite all the issues, I have been enjoying the game more than Civ 6 or Humankind. And again, that's just me. That's my personal opinion, my personal preference. Some people might disagree, but I like the complexity that this game offers. And you see that there are certain reviews, like the Wargamer one, that they seem to agree with me on this. That overall, it's a pretty solid game despite the issues. So I just want to put out my opinion, since the game is now out, or should be out pretty soon from when this video releases. And so therefore you can purchase it yourself, and if you've watched all the way up to this point, then you should have a pretty good understanding of what the game is, what its issues are, and what it does well, and if this is for you. Because really we all have different opinions on what we enjoy in gaming, what we expect from a 4X game or a strategy game. So yeah, if you watch this far, you should know if this is something that you'd like. I really like the replayability of the game, and the national spirits and ages, just how it makes every campaign feel so different. Well, whenever I'm playing Civilization, even if I start as, you're starting as different civs, so they have the different bonuses, even then it just feels so similar each time I play through it. With the same tech tree, the same, techs, and even if you're changing up what your victory conditions that you're going for, whether you're going for a religious victory, or cultural victory, or domination victory, obviously those will change the way the game plays and how you're going to play it, but still, it still feels quite similar each campaign to me. And I just don't, I'm not a huge fan of the most recent Civilization game, so I will be clear about that. Civilization 6 is definitely not my favorite in the series. It did some things I liked. I like the district system, although it can be kind of a pain in the butt trying to perfect the adjacency bonuses. Far more than it is in this game when it comes to the towns. So we met China, but we saw we'd already met China. We'll go and accept the open borders from Egypt. We also have met France. We've seen that they're not doing so well. We did get that armored vehicle. Got that. It only took one turn. And I guess we're going to construct another one here. So what we'll do is we're going to take this and put it into this army. Are they already filled? Yeah, they're already filled, so what we might want to do is go ahead and take out one of the musket men and have them go down south on their own. This army here needs additional troops. Though we won't be able to do it like that, because as you can see, they're going to stop there. And so this is just, going to be a little bit of micro heavy when we're moving down there because of that problem of them merging with those units. So again, that's certainly an issue I would like to see fixed, among many. So yeah, not a perfect game, but still, I enjoy it for what it is. I've played a lot of it, or too much of it probably, over the last several weeks. Alright, so let's go ahead and take one of these guys out, bring him over here, and then just get these guys all merged into these two armies here, so creating more exploring armies. We got some settlers heading over here as well. So we'll have like a settler in each of these. We still need to get ourselves some more pioneers. Obviously the pioneers we have are distracted with other things. So we're going to start the expedition here, which hasn't been done yet. We can go ahead and just take the exploration XP. but I think we're going to invest the wealth to increase the success chance. I really would like to not have to come back up here if we fail that. So let's try to avoid failing it. Bringing a merchant over here. I think they are, yeah, they're pretty close, but we can now get it up to 425. That's right, because we just got the national spirit here in colonialism, increasing the prosperity max. And so that's going to be really helpful. That's going to result in a lot of extra goodies from our vassals. And this ship will continue to explore. We're going to avoid attacking these guys here. You can see these expeditions have been completed already. Let me take a look at this one. That one's still available, so you could send an explorer over there. Take advantage of that expedition. Who knows if it'll still be available by the time that we get over there. Okay, so this guy isn't there. He's the one moving over to this location. So we're just going to start heading east now. Avoiding all these ships here. Now, if you're in the Age of Discovery, then the exploration of the seas is far more exciting. Because you find these, I don't know, like sunken ships. They're called something like underwater something. Underwater treasures, maybe. I don't remember. But it's basically like a bunch of goodie huts that are all over the sea. And I mean, they're like everywhere. So unlike the tribal villages or goodie huts, whatever you want to call them, where you might find, I don't know, 4 or 5 in a campaign, you'll find just like dozens of them out there in the sea. And they give you a lot of goodies. So a lot of experience and just other things, wealth, whatever, knowledge, all kinds of stuff you can get from them. And so it's really exciting exploring the sea in the Age of Discovery just because of how good the bonuses are. So if these guys are just looking for islands to settle, I haven't found anything up along the coast that would be worth setting up on. Yeah, you gotta find somewhere that hasn't been settled already. Yeah, you see borders right here, so you can't settle there. Of course, settling anywhere is likely to cause enemies. But yeah, I'm looking for a good island with some resources and hopefully some space, but I don't expect to find anything it's very large, just because that hasn't been the case in my playing thus far. So we want to get it to the point where we can move this army out. So just having the 1 guard reserve in there is probably not enough. We're going to have to get some buildings like the Parthenon that will decrease unrest. So we'll start with that. Let's go and get this, because this gives us the culture and the knowledge as well. A lot of things that we can currently rush out, and we do have a lot of money. So let's go and take a look at the costs. There'll be 221 here. Should probably rush this out even though it's 400. Just try and get these ships out a little bit sooner. And are we ready to send another crew out there? Or do we want to actually figure out where we're sending them? Might be wise to figure out where we're sending them and just have a ship. I mean, it's nice to already have some dudes on it. But you know what? Let's go ahead and send ships out through the middle to actually find the islands. I think that would be wise. So we're going to get another ship here. It's nothing but ships and navals. And we do have improvement points to spend. So we were going to get, as soon as we were able to, a prospector, which we can get now. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. Send this prospector over to here so that we can get that gold there. And we'll get the deep mine. And then from there, we were talking about getting, which I guess we want to look in here, it's a little bit easier to find it, the Panacea. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. We could put them anywhere, really. We'll put it right here, though. Alright, so that'll solve any food or sanitation issues they might have. Let's also get a quarry over here. So let's kind of step up their production a bit more. But Naples doesn't actually have a lot of spare population. In fact, most of our cities don't have spare population. The only one that has a lot of it is Constantinople. And so we're going to want to start investing here. So we'll get the ranch here, get that meat and the leather. And then we'll probably want to start constructing things up around our mining down here, because we still don't have any actual mines here. So yeah, we'll probably get, rather than the gold, I don't think we need any more gold just now. But they could use more production, because remember we saw that the production here is very, very low. And they have 5 population at the moment. So they had 6 before we constructed that. And so they had easily had the highest population that was sitting around not doing anything. So Ravenna could go ahead and rush this out. Why not? We'll get the museum constructed, getting that education and luxury. And then we need to start getting some units here. We just see if there's anything. Really just a musket would be the only one that makes sense to get right now. I don't even know if we need any more muskets, because we got those tanks going down, or whatever they're called, the armored vehicles. Only 1 open slot here. Got 2 open slots here. But yeah, we got units moving down. We know we have that 1 musket moving. And we're building more of these armored vehicles here. So, you know, I don't know that we actually need anything else just now. Any other units? So maybe we'll just go ahead and get some other things constructed here, like the workshop for more production. Yeah, probably be what we want to get here. Can also get additional exploration XP. That's just 1 turn. We have been using a lot of the exploration XP, so yeah, that would make sense to go ahead and get it. So we're still waiting for that innovation event. It should fire, hopefully. And this turn, feels like we've been waiting a while for it. It's currently on like a 20-something% chance. So yeah, we'll see if we get it or not. So you see those barbarians are attacking, I think that was China. We have met the UK as well. So look at this ship moving east. And we're going to continue getting all these goodies here. Somebody asked if we would be able to collect this once we leave the age. I assume not, so I'd assume they go away. That's one way it could work. So it could be when you leave the age of alchemy, then all the ones on the map are removed. Or it could be that they are left, but no new ones will spawn, and then you can still use your alchemist to get the ones that are here. I'm not entirely sure, because again, this is my first time in the age. And let's go in and get this here. So yeah, I don't know exactly how it works once you're ready to leave the age. All right, so with these guys, we're just gonna have them chill out until we're ready to send them out. I feel like it would be wise for us to like figure out where. I just told them to chill. To find out where exactly we want to send those units. And does this guy, did he just arrive here? Okay, let's make sure he's harvesting those goods. And then we'll move on to the next step here. So unfortunately, our only choice is to lose success chance. So do we want to get art experience or diplomacy? I guess we'll take the diplomacy. Does unlock the ability to get some of these, but I don't know if there's anything else we really want at the moment. So I want to see if there's any minor nations still out there that we could annex. It's hard to say. I have seen like well into the late game there be minor nations, but I think those were on huge maps though, where there's just a lot more minor nations. I expect that they'll probably all be gone in this one, but we'll just have to wait and see until we fully explore everything. You see there is still territory on the coastline though that hasn't been grabbed up just yet. Alright, so he's coming over here. I'll have to actually activate him next turn. And yeah, he's going to go over to the other side of the continent. So this one's going to the army in the southwest. And then we're also bringing this army down. We'll have to build another army for up here, for defending up there. Because again, we're going to go ahead and probably do a war here. Now, somebody informs me that there might be a way here for us to determine which city they go to. So they said whichever region is linked would be the one that it goes to. So in this case, it's Gaul. So maybe we'll go ahead and try that and just test it. So I went ahead and saved it. So it is set to be linked to Gaul. We're going to go and rush out the culture. And we'll see when we absorb it if it goes to Gaul or to Ravenna. And looks like that did not work. It did in fact go to Ravenna. Okay, so we'll have to reload. I'm glad I saved it, but I thought it was worth checking. Because somebody said that was the case, which I did not know that, and apparently it's not the case. It was definitely linked to Gaul. And did not go to them, went to Ravenna instead. Here's another benefit, by the way, of using that power, is that when you absorb the outpost, it is level 2, rather than just a level 1, so it saves you a bit of engineering experience, but, you know, you did use the engineering experience to spawn the pioneer in the first place, And spawning pioneers is also more expensive than expanding towns, so it really doesn't actually save you anything, but you know, it is something to consider. You're not losing all the points that you spent. All right, so I have reloaded that save, and you can see it is linked to goal. So yeah, just it doesn't work that way. I don't think there's any way to control which city it goes to. It seems like it might just go to the city that's most populous. That's what I was expecting. Like your largest city would take over that town. You know, the one that's gonna need it the most, since that, although of course they have a very high max population here, so I wouldn't be surprised if Gaul actually needs it more. Yeah, they do. But point is, I think it's the largest city. That's what I was anticipating. So I expected that it would go to Ravenna, and that's exactly what happened here. And so that's why we're doing this over here. And now we can't integrate this until after we can claim territory. So we had to do that prospector first. We didn't have to, but we did do the prospector first there in Naples. And so now we have to save up for the claimed territory, which is 129, and we'll claim one of these two locations. I suppose you're already getting the elephants here, so it makes sense to go after the hill instead. And then we'll be able to integrate this into Ravenna. But we will not have those points next turn. So you could rush this out, and then I'm not entirely sure what we'd spend the culture on. There's no other towns that we want to get at the moment. Constantinople doesn't really need it just yet. Naples, we need to know where to build it outside of doing which is probably what we do, like a sea town here. And so we'd need to get more tiles in order to do that, or do the outpost thing. But doing that, of course, remember these pioneers keep getting more expensive every time we do it. Could just do the local reforms in Rome again, seeing that can be pretty beneficial. Also helps us get through our tax faster. So maybe we'll do that, but let's first go ahead and get another technology selected, because we got a few things over here. So this is the alchemy school and the alchemy lab. We'll want to take advantage of that. Probably going to build one of these in Rome, because we have some extra wealth there, some extra gold, and turn it into analytics. Because we definitely want more knowledge. So let's go ahead and get the black powder so we can increase our maximum army size, since we'll be going to war here soon. One thing that has been asked several times in the comments is about the domestic export slots, because we don't have any of those yet. That is what allows you to send a good from one of your cities to another one of your cities. And I think the reason why we don't have any is because we went to the Age of Heroes. We have all the techs here, and yet we still don't have the ability to construct the level 1. Because if you look in the administration, or wherever that was, finance, if you look at the warehouses here, this is warehouse level 2. So where is warehouse level 1? I'm thinking that you don't get it in the Age of Heroes. And that's one thing to consider with variant ages. They don't have all the things that the historical ages have. They're always better. That's been my experience. But you do lose out on some stuff. And I think this is one of the things we lost out on, is the warehouse level 1. And so we haven't been able to move goods from one of our cities to the other. We'd have to get finance, and thus allow us to get the warehouse level 2. And then we could get 2 domestic export slots. But yeah, people have asked about it. It is an option. We just got to research this here. And so that's the reason why we don't have that available to us yet. And it can be useful. If you have like a city that produces a lot of food while another city has trouble with food, then you can move the food. Now, to be clear though, because one person thought that we could like turn, one city into a production. I think he wanted me to turn Ravenna into like a production city, right? And then to export the production to all of our other cities. That is not possible. I can't show it because we don't have the export slot yet. You can only export to one city at a time. So if Ravenna has 2 domestic export slots, then it can export 2 trade goods to one city. So you can't send, say, one over to Rome and then one over to Constantinople. That's not an option. You have to send them both to one of those 2 cities. That's the only option. And so you can't, have like a breadbasket city that feeds your whole empire. That's not possible. It can just feed one other city, and usually that's going to be your main city. And so that is one tactic. In fact, I've done it many times. I'd have like a breadbasket city that produces like a ton of bread and then sends it to the capital so that they don't have to worry so much about food. It's certainly an option. It's one way to play. We just haven't been doing it that much in this particular one. And part of that just because we haven't had the domestic export slots from the early game, because we went to the Age of Heroes. Well, yeah, I was wondering why there was no buildings, why we hadn't unlocked that yet, and I'm guessing it is because we went to the Age of Heroes. So we got these stone towers. We can go in and get the workshop next for more production. There's the alchemy school though that gives us knowledge and exploration XP, so I think we're going to do that. It only gives us 1 knowledge because it's upgrading the medieval university, but yeah, let's go and get that. I think that'd be wise. Because we're trying to get this exploration XP a little bit faster than we've been getting it. Constantinople can rush out this workshop, so we'll go ahead and do exactly that. And you know, I almost want to do the stone towers for more exploration XP. Yeah, we're going to get that. The production is now higher as well because they got that workshop. And that's going to produce more engineering XP. Nothing else for us to rush out currently. But we do have some improvement points. And I guess we should probably spend them here in Constantinople. We talked about them having the free citizens at the moment. No needs that they need to satisfy. There's certainly goods that you could change into something else, like the ingots that we're currently trading for. So that would be an option. I think that's it though. Let's go ahead and get our own supply of metal and ingots here, and also the production bonuses. So we're going to do deep mines. In all 3 of these locations, one of them will have to wait because we don't have enough improvement points. Well, that's going to get the production up here just because of the adjacency bonuses. So really step up the production here in Constantinople since it is so bad. We're already at 44, so we went from 25 to 44 from the workshop and those improvements. So definitely getting a lot more production now. How much does it cost to rush this? It's only 140. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll rush that out and then get the alchemy school there. And that improvement I wanted to get here in Rome, which is going to use the gold, that does not require the improvement points, so it's fine that we spent it all. And we're going to go ahead and get it. Let's see where we want to put it. Could put it next to, well, Verona is supposed to get farms eventually. As you can see, we are starting to run low on space. It has become a bit of an issue. We have this extra tile here though, so could put the alchemy school there, the alchemy lab, excuse me. So that's going to take the 2 gold and turn it into 2 knowledge. So put it right there. Also, apparently we could get a plantation here, so might as well get us some more wealth. Maybe we can turn those into textiles. How much? Let me just take a look. So currently we're getting 4 cloth. We have the flax already, so we could, and we got the cotton, so we could get even more of the cloth if we're just trying to get a bit more wealth. So we need to rush out this culture here, which we will use for the local reforms. And so that'll help us get through the black powder a little bit quicker, having less and less of an effect here. Maybe I should have used the Eureka. That's about 3 turns worth of knowledge. So it would have had a larger impact there overall. And I think that's it. Yeah, remember we're just waiting for this claim territory, the 129. So we need to get that. And also waiting to get our armies down south to attack Persia. Although we are coming in from the right side there. I was bringing all those troops down there. So we're going to need to move those. Because Persia's not on that side, obviously. Could establish a colony here. I just don't know that it's, or an outpost or whatever. I just don't know that it's worth it. Could take out the barbarian camp though. So that would be an option with our hero and explorer. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Yeah, I just don't know that it's worth it actually establishing something there. But taking out the barbarian camp is helpful because it'll keep spawning those canoes. And they're just all over the sea, and it's just nice to not have them there anymore. Alright, so this guy's joining this army, but can't get on the hill just yet. Merchant is coming over here to integrate into the city, get their prosperity up. So all of our vassals should be increasing their prosperity up towards 425%. We can integrate another city if we wanted to, so it's something to look at. Of course, we already have the government XP is already spoken for. We want to get this. We've just been waiting for this innovation event, which continues to not fire. We got a lot of money right now. Not going to rush that out. The reason why it's so fast is because we used that culture power. what about this? This would only be 320, so it could rush another ship out and maybe get one more ship. Or I guess two more, because you gotta escort these fleets here, because this here is gonna go uncover islands, I think. I mean, they might be able to do some of that, but if they're going after this this location, then they're gonna be distracted. Alright, so hitting the continent on the other side, and what we might want to do before we go south is just explore the northern part of the continent here, just to get it done, see what's over there. You never know what you might end up finding. Alright, so this guy, I think I was sending him down here, but that results in a lot of musketmen down there. It's a bummer we don't have the roads here anymore. It's really slowing us down, going across all this territory. Set up that guy. Get the meat and the bones. Here's a pretty solid location. So you get the two T locations. Send that back home. Yeah, this is not bad if we wanted to set up just an outpost. It doesn't have to be a city because it can't really expand much. I mean, you could do a city as well if we wanted to. Yeah, maybe we want to go over there. How far? They're not that far. Maybe we'll set up right there. Just trying to see what else is in this area. I might even find something better. So almost to their capital city there. So this is the third. It's a blizzard. And we can pay 30 engineering XP to have nothing happen. Or take the risk. And with this low percentage chance, I feel like you gotta take the risk. Because, yeah, you're sitting at 50-50, you know, it's not great. So we're gonna shoot for the chance to get up to 70. I'm not entirely sure where we were sending this guy. I know I was intentionally not going here, but this is what we'll do. We're gonna move this army anyway. And we'll go ahead and uncover that. And then this ship here will continue moving to go look at the area in between the two continents, see if we can find some good islands there. Alright, so we can get something here. None of these are really all that helpful at the moment. Probably want to get this one. I think that would be helpful. So yeah, we'll probably go after that next, which, how much is that? It's 200. It's kind of expensive, but we do earn enough diplomacy XP that we can get that in the next turn. Alright, so still have not used the spawn artist yet, because I've been trying to use it to get both of these outposts at the same time, but yeah, we just don't have the exploration XP to get the one in Ravenna. Not yet. So that's what we're saving up for. 31 per turn. That means it's going to take us 2 turns. Let's go and spend our improvement points. So I guess we'll just go ahead and get the large plantation over here and this mine. And I suppose we can upgrade them to a logging camp. And a large plantation. Sure, why not? So really focusing on Constantinople at the moment. Just invest in them. You see our vassals continuing to build out, and that's going to get us more different types of resources, which will just get increasingly better as we get the higher prosperity. Now we're just going to reject all these alliance requests. Alright, so this guy is going to explore here. So let's just go ahead and get him assigned to doing exactly that. And yeah, maybe we won't go after that just yet, since I'm thinking about setting up this outpost over here. So I was going to set up the outpost first, before that territory is no longer available. Because yeah, the T would be nice to have. And we can always move the outpost if we find a better place. That's the nice thing about outposts, is they can always be adjusted. So we can go and upgrade the musket here. However, Rome is soon going to start seeing their unrest step up again. I know we're getting the buildings and stuff, but let's just go ahead, because I mean, this is part of the reason why it's not as much of an issue, is because we have the tank in there. Let's go and upgrade that first, that unit. That'd be wise to do so. And then the tank, I'm not entirely sure where we're sending this. Just have them start moving down for now. So lots of movement when it comes to our military. A lot of things we got going. I probably don't want them on the border, actually. They're going to see that as aggressive, even if we're in our own territory. And then this character here, I guess she'll move. There's one right here. Go after that. So they got their explorer currently moving through our territory. And so yeah, this army, I've been having them go down towards this way, but yeah, we need them to come over here. Can also go that way, but it's far quicker going over this way. So let's go ahead and start redirecting. It doesn't matter because it still would have came down this path regardless, but this guy was having coming over to here, but I'll probably send a tank over to that army. I suppose he could join this army. Because yeah, we got a tank that's joining up here, but you're going to need additional units because we're about to get that extra army slot. So that's another thing to consider. So yeah, I guess he can move, just keep moving down south. So one more turn, and they'll be able to integrate that guy. And this is the conclusion here. We did get the 20% bonus, so it's now 70%. And this will get us 100 diplomacy XP and 50 culture if we succeed, which we did. All right, excellent. So 2 more turns to get the culture there, which is great because then we'll have the XP here. And we do have the diplomacy XP. Could do the tolerance. Again, not the greatest thing to get. So I think we're just going to go to get this demand fealty so we can make use of that. What we really need when it comes to social fabrics is the community, which is the arts one, so we can get the unrest reduction. That would be pretty helpful. Okay, so these guys just keep waking up. I'm assuming it's them letting us know, hey, I'm still here. Not doing anything. Been here for years. Alright, so he's going down south exploring, but do we want to just dip over here real quick just to see what's over there? So it's a French city. Okay, so this would irritate the French if we establish that outpost there because it'd be really close and eventually we would border them. So Rome finished up the construction of the alchemy school. Still doing good on education. It's at 188%. Eventually we're going to need to get some schools going. So we could get the perfume shop. Could also start working on another army. Let's just do the perfume shop real quick. Just to have it done. It won't take them that long. It's 5 turns. And that can help pay for the army that we're going to construct there. So the stone towers is finished up in Constantinople. So we could get the arts experience and the culture with the Oracle or the Privy Council, which is a straight 2 knowledge, or only 4 turns. It makes sense to get that, since we never had the previous, the previous building for that chain. Do we want to rush anything out here? 320. How are we doing on money? I think we're doing pretty damn good. So yeah, we could go and rush out the alchemy school. We'll do exactly that. More knowledge and exploration XP. And I guess we can get the workshop too. Yeah, we're gonna get that. Kyoto will rush out the Parthenon. I don't know how their unrest would look if we pulled those units out. So let's take a look at that. So it'd be every unit but the city guard unit here. I'd assume they'd have issues. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, so just having this unit there is fine, but they eventually will have additional issues. We can always get another unit. There might be some other buildings we can get a bit later as well. So we could get the market square, get another foreign import slot. I suppose it makes sense to get the workshop so they can get everything else built faster. So we'll go ahead and do exactly that. I guess we'll have them join up with this army here. Alright, so now to spend our improvement points. And yeah, we still are sitting on this government XP because we have not gotten the damn innovation. Could get that. Increases population of all vassals. This government culture power. You know what, maybe we'll unlock that just so we don't see this stack up too much for the next turn. Could also spawn a settler. That'd always be an option. Yeah, let's go and get this. Alright, so to spend our improvement points, we need to actually make use of all that metal that we just got here. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. We'll go ahead and get the metal work, the blast furnace, to just further increase their production. And we might go ahead and get another one. Remember, building around this town here will at least get us the well. Alright, so now we're producing a lot more ingots. And so then we'll want to make use of that ingots, turn them into something else. I don't know how we're doing on population though. Let me just take a look. They have 1 spare population though. There's also one in the poorhouse. doesn't exactly need to be there. And you know what? We can also get a logging camp over here. I didn't realize that. So that would be an option for him. Alright, so one more turn, and then we can go ahead and fix this issue with the damn towns. Kind of a bummer that it ended up that way. But we've got it taken care of now. Or we should, soon. Okay, so that's interesting. I think they went with the... I have an artist there currently. Let's take a look and see what national spirits everybody's currently getting. So this is the 50% cost for the gold transmuter. So as I explained in an earlier episode, I think this one is completely useless, this particular improvement. I don't know why you'd get it. Why wouldn't you just spawn a prospector and instead have the mine produce the gold from the start, rather than produce copper and iron? So basically you're taking up 2 tiles and 2 population to do what 1 tile and 1 population could do. Because you got the mine that's producing the copper or the iron, and then you got to have this improvement to turn that copper or iron into gold. And so why not instead just get the prospector and then have that mine produce gold in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. I suppose you're saving the exploration XP for not having to spawn the prospector, but overall I'd say this is already pretty bad. But then you consider what it's doing. It's taking production and turning it into wealth. Like permanently taking production and turning it into wealth. Which is not ever worth it. That doesn't make any sense unless it's a lot more wealth. Somebody was pointing out, you know, when you rush the buildings as often as I do, you're rushing out buildings and units, which I do all the time, that in that case, wealth is worth getting since you're already taking wealth and turning it into production. So, you know, why not, you know, get more wealth so you do that more often. Well, you simply have to do the math to see how this is not worth it. So 2 copper, 2 iron. That's going to give you 4 production total, right? And then you change it into 2 gold, which will give you 8 wealth total. So you're basically doubling the value as far as like production of wealth. You know, you're taking 4 production and turning it into 8 wealth. But when you look at rushing out production, whether it's whether it's buildings or units, it's 10 times the cost of production. So if something costs 200 production, then it costs 2,000 wealth to rush it out. So basically in this game, 1 production is worth 10 times more than 1 wealth. That's the value. So every production is worth 10 wealth. And so you're only doubling it. So it's not at all a good value. This is just terrible all around. There's no reason to use this that I could really see outside of saving the exploration XP, and it just doesn't. Yeah, I don't know why you do that. So yeah, getting a 50% reduction of the construction cost for something that we'll never construct is obviously terrible. So we're not going to go for that. We'll just take the money in this particular case. But I don't know why they have it in the game in the first place. That's the reason why I bothered to talk about this. Because yeah, it's garbage, a garbage improvement. Yeah, we're going to accept though. Borders almost turned down because I thought it was an alliance, which we don't want to accept. Any alliances right now? I don't know who will ally if we ally with anybody. Maybe we don't even need any friends. Oh, and here you have a group of Chinese explorers sitting right where I was going to set up our outposts. Okay, so we have to destroy them to go there. We'll just go over here and land in this area. So at least we can put our unit right there. At least those explorers aren't going to be setting anything up. They don't have a pioneer or settler with them. So both of these armies are moving south for our war. And the reason why I'm leaving an army on this side is just in case they come through this way and attempt to attack. Because in fact, it's probably better to set them up over here on the outpost. Because if they get open borders with them, then they could go through their territory. Now I know they're enemies, so they probably don't have open borders. We'd have to actually look at that to confirm. And they might become more friendly if they both start to see us as the real true threat. So there is a little bit of territory on the coastline that you can take advantage of. So we'll go ahead and set this guy up here this turn, and you'll see how much wealth we're going to get from this, from a population of 21. That's going to get us the base value of 5 and then 21, so 1 for each population, for a total of 26 wealth. And so you can see how establishing a bunch of merchants can really step up your wealth. And so it's unfortunate that we haven't really been able to do that much. You know what, this guy, let's move back. This guy needs to go to C. Come back over here with all these other explorers. And there's one right here that we can take advantage of. So yeah, we'll just collect as much of that as possible throughout this age, with the expectation that we won't be able to get it after this age. So we can finally take advantage of the claimed territory here, and then add this outpost. So absorb the outpost, that will go into Ravenna. Just barely isn't bordering Rome, but of course Rome doesn't even have any more town slots, so isn't actually a threat here. Alright, so that is now Heart of Ravenna. Ravenna has all their town slots filled, and thus we can go ahead and spawn the artist. Go ahead and use them to rush out another culture power, and then we're going to use this to absorb this outpost here into Gaul. Finally, good God, that took us forever. We got it done. It's kind of a pain in the butt because of that situation there, but we got it done. All right, so you can see that Gaul does have the issue of sanitation, so that's a problem here. I talked about removing this forest here because we need more slots. Let me just see if there's anything we can do building wise. They don't have the waterworks yet, and in fact they do need to construct something, so we'll work on that next. And then we can just get, we should probably use our engineering XP on these two towns here to go ahead and get them both level 3 lumber towns. We'll do that over here as well. There you go, beautiful. And we'll need to construct all the way around them. Of course, that'll take a hefty amount of improvement points for both of these. Just kind of further step up their production. And I don't know if they're even going to have the population to work all of them. I know Ravenna had a couple extra pops, but yeah, you see that's it. That's all they got. And Gaul is probably already out of population as well. Let me take that back. I have a couple of population just sitting around. Okay. But yeah, what I was thinking of doing, can't do it now, but is to do the clear cut and remove this location, because frankly they just don't have enough flat territory for us to construct things in. So that's kind of an issue for them. They're all filled up here. So we'll have to use that engineering domain power. And we can't go ahead and rush out the ship again. So we're just gonna set these guys up to wait until we're ready to go out somewhere. I don't want them wandering all over the sea. Let's have an idea of where we want to actually send those. And so we're not gonna get another ship just yet. Let's let Navals catch up on some of the other stuff they need to get. So like we could get an additional import slot for them. That wouldn't take very long. Let's look at other options. There's the alchemy school, of course, so it gets us that knowledge and exploration XP. And then there's the oracle. Let's go and get the market square. And you see that they do need some luxury here. Well, yes, we got the innovation event. So now we can go ahead and finish up this. Get the monarchy, get the innovation there with the extra culture. It took way longer than I expected. The innovation event really took its time before it fired, despite the percentage there. Alright, so looking pretty solid now, guys. Could always spawn another artist to get another culture power if we wanted to. That would always be an option. Still a couple places that need towns, so not entirely sure where we're going to establish those just yet. Can also get the Eureka to push that out. Yeah, there's nothing that we particularly have to get at the moment, so we'd probably get something like the Oath of Fealty to get the extra population, or the Demand Fealty. That'd be great to have too. But yeah, I kind of like the idea of increasing all their population, since that really helps them out produce a lot more resources for us. And so yeah, I really like doing that. But another option would be to save our art experience to get the community to start taking down the unrest, because it's too much of an issue, guys. By now I would have gotten a few of those, and saying we're just having too many problems with the unrest. Starting to get it down here in Rome, but it's going to keep getting to be a problem, particularly if we add another region with our government experience. You know, annex another one of our vassals. I have not decided which vassal we would integrate. Do we have any suggestions? I'd love to hear them. Not sure which one would be the best one. This explorer will head on over here, join up with these guys. Guess we'll go this way. I thought that was a barbarian there. I was about to say, oh, we better get back on land. It's our own fishing ship, though. It's not a barbarian. All right, so this guy's going... Is he coming down here to join up with this army? Yeah, so let's go ahead and send him up to do that. I'm actually not going to attack any of these because I kind of want them to attack them. I know that the French borders are getting kind of close. We could wait one more turn, though. That'd be fine. All right, so he's almost down here, this tank, which I guess we want him to come over here now since we moved that army. And did they get... Ah, they did get it. Just weren't able to purchase it. The claimed territory is just getting too expensive at this point, so I guess it won't matter if this becomes our city because we go in here and conquer all their stuff. Yeah, they have another settlement here we can take from them. That might be one thing to do, is save our, our government experience and not integrate another town, another city, make it ours. We currently have 6 regions at the moment. Remember, we can get up to 8. But not do that until we take over Persian stuff and then maybe integrate one of their best cities. They'll be all built out and valuable. Alright, so this army's moving south. And these guys are just exploring all this area here. Alright, so Egypt has the whole north, it looks like. North of that continent. So yeah, once we have those 2 armies down there, we'll be able to declare war on the Persians. The one thing to consider, where are they at here, is that we have to cancel the open borders. And then once we do that, we'll have to wait, I think it's 3 turns before we can interact with them again. So might want to do that soon because our armies are almost down here. Yeah, you know what, let's do that now. So it's going to cancel open borders. Because we won't be able to contact them again. Well, we gotta wait until they get the message for that to pop up. That means any explorers they have here would be kind of trapped. Yeah, all these guys would be trapped over here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the Arcana here. And then we're gonna see if we can't find some islands. That might be good locations to colonize. Not seeing any Arcana. Okay, there's some up here. Gotta go through the jungle, so that takes a while, but why not? Go ahead and do it. So Ravenna can rush out the workshop for just 41 well, so we'll go ahead and do exactly that. Maybe we want to get the keep, just get more warfare experience. Yeah, let's go and do that. Always helpful, because we don't produce a lot of warfare experience per turn, just 5. The main way of getting that, of course, is from battle. We could rush out this. It's kind of expensive. We got a lot of wealth, but I prefer to save it and rush this out once it gets a little bit cheaper for Gaul, so they can grow a little bit faster, because they got kind of a low efficiency here. We can rush this out though. It's only 390, so a bit cheaper, and that gets us the 2 knowledge. I think is worth doing. And we'll go for the Oracle next. Get that culture. Always got to continue stepping it up. So we keep getting the culture powers. Alright, so we do have the improvement points. Can we get rid of this? We need a little bit more. So I have to wait to do that. And they do have population, so let's go ahead and set these up over here. The logging camps. And then we'll also set up logging camps around here for Ravenna. I don't know where they're pulling their population from. But yeah, you could probably get rid of one of these trash heaps here. You might need it in the future though, so might as well keep it. It's not like they're out of space at the moment. It's not like Rome where they're starting to run out of tiles, but Rome does have the additional tiles that are coming from Verona now. Alright, so I think that's good. Let's go enter turn. Might be some stuff we could purchase with our domain experience. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this war started. We haven't done war in a while. Had centuries of peace. We do have the chaos event. That was another thing we need to save money for, but we have plenty. It's only 1080. Oh, this actually increases the cost of the gold transmuter, as well as one of the other bonuses. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and pay the money there. And this guy's coming over here. Join up with them, I suppose. And then this guy's looking for islands. And we've actually found a 4-tile island. Again, that's the largest I've ever found. It's just 4 tiles. It is mostly hills and doesn't have any resources though, so obviously not a good place to set up. Of course, if you set up a vassal in this area, then they eventually encompass both of these islands. You got the, you get the rice here and the fish, but still, it's not the most exciting location. But maybe might set somebody up there anyways. Not like we have a lot of places that we can colonize. So they went back on the land. Okay. So it's kind of becoming a little bit of a pain in the butt here. Let's just go ahead and we're going to land right here. We won't be able to attack them and destroy them in one turn though, unfortunately. So we'll have to do it again in the next turn. Alright, so just a couple more turns and then we'll have all these armies down here. So 5, I guess it's more than a couple. But we can go ahead and make sure they're fully upgraded as well. Because we have a couple units. Oh, because we just got this. So this one upgrades the pikeman to a musket. So we still got that pikeman here. While this one here would actually upgrade the longsword to the dragonfire grenadier. So that's what we'll do first. That's that new unit that we just got here. With an attack of 20 and a defense of 30. Most importantly, they had the 3 times attack against line units. So when we look at it here, obviously significantly worse, but it's going to have a 60 attack against other line units. So in that case, it's very solid. Seems morale is the same though. Yeah, everything else is the same here. So yeah, we'll upgrade this guy once we have the spare experience. All right, so let's go ahead and start wrapping up around here. And then once we get over to here, maybe it's better to go back so we can explore the other side of the continent, since this ship has already done this side of the continent. Alright, so we see a Chinese city here, also some desert where they have spices. So this would be a solid location if we wanted to set up an outpost, piss off the Chinese, just piss everybody off. Yeah, that's the reason why we're going around here, guys. Not to piss everybody off, that's just going to be a byproduct of it. But to find locations that we can settle. So this guy's going over here. And should be some islands around here somewhere. And able to finish up the construction of the market square. So let's get something else produced in here. Maybe the alchemy school? Yeah, you know what, let's go ahead and do that. Although they do need, let me see, is there anything that produces luxury? I thought there's something, maybe not. Oh yeah, the museum does. So we could do that to step up their growth a little bit faster. I guess we'll get the alchemy school first. It does require education though. So actually we have to get the museum first because I don't think they have any education here. Alright, so yeah, we'll get that and then we'll get the other one. Alright, so we do have another open import slot. You know, let's get some warfare experience. So we'll trade for spears. I think that'll be helpful. And we only need one more tech now. Can get larger armies as well. We need to construct some of those dragonfire artillery. We can get one more tech, and then we could go to the Age of Revolution. I don't think we will do that. I think we might stay on this one just a little bit longer simply because, you know, this has that, you know, revolutions that will fire. And there's a couple things I still wanted to get here as well. I almost want to get all of these, maybe not colonies. I don't know if it'd be worth getting that. We had transmutation here. Would be helpful. That makes sense to get that. So we'll probably get that one. Society would be a good choice too though. So let's go and start with transportation and then we'll go to society. And we'll get those before we even think about going to the next age. How many people are even in the Age of Alchemy so far? Nobody. Everybody's in the Age of Renaissance except for the UK, which is still in the Age of Kings. Wow. So they are way behind. So you can see we have definitely left the AI in our dust. So we can rush out this keep here for Ravenna. It's 9:30. We did spend some money. I think we'll go ahead and just let that build since it's kind of expensive for a one-turn thing. Can purchase something here in colonialism, but don't really need any of those. Could just get these tolerance, but we need more merchants. So might go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and spawn a merchant. As close to these guys as we can, so we'll put them right here. And as far as which city we want to go to, just the one with the highest population. I mean, that one's kind of far though. I don't know if it's worth walking all the way over there. You can also set up just right here where it's 14, but it's not far, so you start getting it sooner. Here's 17, not quite as far. Yeah, I guess we'll go all the way over here. I know it's not that much more wealth return, but we can always spawn another merchant. And get that merchant coming over to here. So do we want it... I wonder why this merchant can go a little bit further. Yeah, I'll put this one here, so we can start getting that 19 wealth. And so with lots of merchants being sent down here, we'll start to see our money, our wealth return just really skyrocket. So still getting up to 425 here, so we'll keep that merchant there. And then maybe move them back to Edo. But yeah, a lot of these are already kind of catching up here, just naturally. Alright, so we're going to do one more turn, guys. We did have the improvement points. I'm going to start probably not using those every turn just because it takes so long. Of course, they're going to be where I want to be. Those explorers are causing us issues here. But the barbarians have taken off there. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping we'll be able to get that set up soon. And then this guy's coming over here. Alright, so this army, we do have one more slot now for all these armies, but we'll probably attack without filling that in. Because I'm not going to wait for more armies to get from the closest place where we can build them and get the experience is Ravenna. If you don't care about having them be more experienced, then it's still pretty far away. As in that case, closest would be, which doesn't have a lot of production, but is Kyoto. And even that would take them a while to get there, so not worth waiting. So lots of locations here for us to take advantage of. Getting more of that Arcana. Okay, so this is the continent. So let's keep going down the middle here. Just looking for islands. The continents are really close here, aren't they? And the map feels smaller than a large map to me for some reason. God, I feel like I just gotta uncover these stupid clouds here. Can't help myself. Gotta uncover it all, guys. Alright, tanks continue moving to the south. And then these guys will go over here and land. Do we want to land everybody? Let me just take a look at who all we have here. We don't need to land the settler, because we're not setting up a city here. You do need to land the hero and the explorer, though. Yeah, no reason to land the settler, because we're just going to do an outpost right in this location. So let's go ahead and get them all selected, and then remove the settler, which will just chill out. Is it this first one? This first one. Come on. There we go. And so we'll move over the next turn. And for now, we just go destroy this canoe. Just cuz. Alright, so Ravenna has finished up the construction of that keep. So we could do the perfume shop next, because I do actually need a little bit of luxury. Just gonna get that. Do we want to rush this out here for 370? Sure, why not? Get that perfume shop for the increased wealth. They did not need the luxury. And we're going to start building that new army up over here. I know we need to get the Dragonfire artillery. I might actually send those to the front. It'll take them a while to get there. We'd already start the conflict, but there's no reason not to send them. Or they can eventually help. Could also, not Kyoto, could postpone this and instead work on the Dragonfire artillery, maybe even rush it out after one turn. I don't want to spend that much to rush it out. The 2,000, but maybe after one turn. Yeah, we got the Oracle constructed in Constantinople. We don't need the sanitation because of the panacea. Won't have to worry about that for quite some time. Let's go to the throne room here. Anything else we might want to rush out? Yeah, we could do that in Kyoto. But you know what? I talked about rushing this out. So let's go ahead and do that. It's kind of expensive. I think it's worth it. Get their growth up a little bit faster here in this particular case. And then from here, maybe go out to the Privy Council now. They do need the luxury as well. You know what? We want that knowledge. Let's get to these attacks quicker. Currently earning 62.1 when it comes to knowledge. Alright, so we got 179 improvement points to invest. Let's take a look and see how Rome is doing on population. They have one spare one. They also don't have anybody in the trash heap for some weird reason. So I was going to put somebody there. I'm not entirely sure why they're deprioritizing this trash heap so much. So let's actually lock them into work in there. Because yeah, I'm not sure why they don't want to when they could definitely use the sanitation. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's not like they need food at the moment. So why are you prioritizing the scrub land over that? Apparently they're also not working in the alchemy lab. So let's go and fix that and lock them into that. They get us the 2 analytics. That's 4+ knowledge. There's no point on getting anything in Rome here outside of like improving things. So you could like just, you know, start improving these plantations. But yeah, other than that, there's no reason to get anything else. Improve these as well, I suppose. Get more production. So yeah, we'll get Rome fully improved up here. They're not even working that mine there now, so no point on doing that just yet. Yeah, they just don't have the population at the moment. So other than improving what they already have, I don't think we should build anything there. Probably should continue working on these logging camps. Just to get it fully wrapped around there. And then you'd want to make use of all those logs that you have now. Turn them into paper. I don't know if they have spare population. They probably don't. No, all the population is in the logging camps now. Once they get spare population, you'd want to have them turn that into some paper. And then turn that into books to get even more knowledge. We can go ahead and rush out another culture for 666. Why not? We're not really earning any chaos over here. So let's do exactly that. And remember, we're going to do the Oath of Fealty. Increase the population of all of our vassals. So that'll result in, you know, them getting us more resources. All kinds of more goodies. Just taking a look at our highest population vassal. I guess it's still Osaka. Just kind of confirm that. Actually, it's this one over here. So you see what they're producing. 103 wealth, 2.55 knowledge, 2.55 culture, 5 improvement points, and then the 2.45 for those 2 domain experience points. So a bit more domain experience points over here in Osaka. Not as much money though, or other goodies, but yeah, you're getting a lot from your vassals currently. Quite a bit. No, we're gonna do one more turn, guys. I know I said that would be the last one, but this will be the last one. We won't spend the improvement points. We'll just move our units around. Try and get them up to the situation here where we're ready to declare war, which we're almost there. In fact, those Persian explorers are gonna be a problem. Just might want to take them out. So they're warning us, also asking if we want to open borders, which we're going to decline. We're currently in their territory here, though. Yeah, that's okay. So you can't declare war while you're in their territory. But yeah, we need to take them out. Let me just take a look. We can't do anything for one more turn anyways. So that would be the next turn that we declare war. All right, so we're bringing our armies over here. And then these guys would probably take out these 2 units here. So I might just leave them here to wipe them out, since they'll probably still be there. They don't have anywhere to go. And I'm trying to figure out what this guy here is doing. He's exploring for islands. Just looking if we can't find something in the middle here. that'd be worth setting up. And this guy here, we might go ahead and let him heal up. Took a little bit of damage. And then we're going to set up our outpost right here in the next turn, so we can take advantage of these two T locations. I'm going to get the Arcana with all of our alchemists here. There's another one over here, so yeah, just kind of moving back and forth. Yeah, it's not the most engaging gameplay there. Got another island over here. Oh, this one looks promising. Still only 4 tiles, no larger. Again, I don't even know if they come larger than that, but this is not a bad one. It does have a resource. Yeah, it's not the worst tile. Or excuse me, worst island. Just want to move this ship back over to here. Start uncovering this side of the continent. And we'll dip in here real quick. Just take a look at their city. Already almost got this entire continent explored on this side. Alright, so now we can go and rush out these units. That's 1080. This one would be much cheaper at 610, so let's go ahead and rush that one out. And that is here in Ravenna, so let's go ahead and start moving it down towards the front. How are they doing? They actually do have unrest, so we do need to upgrade one of these guys. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do exactly that. Yeah, starting to see that unrest build up a little bit. Again, just need to save up this art experience so we can get the community and get the unrest reduction. So with that done, can always build another one. Can also get a Dragonfire Grenadier. You know what, let's get another one of these. And then we got the one that's currently being constructed in Rome as well. Kyoto can rush this out for 170, so we'll do that. And then maybe get the Privy Council next. Only gonna get us the 1 knowledge. Can also trade for something. You know what, we should probably do that. Because we know that Kyoto's production is not great, sitting at 33. They do have a lot of population, not doing anything, so we might want to get them to work. That's what we'll invest improvement points on. Because yeah, we've got Gaul busy. They have only 1 guy still sitting here. I guess we haven't finished over here just yet. If we wanted to fully wrap around here. There we go. So they won't have any free population. Constantinople doesn't have free population. Neither does Ravenna. Naples might. Rome doesn't. So really it's, yeah, it's Kyoto. This is where we should be constructing things. Alright, so we have Diplomacy XP. So we can spawn more merchants if we want to. Could get some more of these as well. Could also save some of this for integrating a vassal. Because we can integrate somebody, so if we're wanting to conquer somebody and integrate them, then that would obviously be something that's going to take a while. Because remember, those when you conquer somebody, it does take longer to integrate them, so having the integrate vassal available would be helpful. But yeah, this is going to start stacking up soon, so unless you're going to use it for the tolerance, it probably makes sense to spawn merchants. We also have exploration XP that we can make use of, government XP, so a lot of XP for us to utilize in the beginning of the next episode. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one, where we will be declaring war on Persia, invading their territory and taking it all over, making them into vassals here. So we'll see how well that goes, considering the fact we do have the tech lead. We have superior troops, so I think we should do pretty well here. If taking the cities aren't too difficult, which I don't think they will be, because they're not well defended at the moment. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next episode, and thanks for watching.